You find out life's this game of inches. The margin for error is so small. I mean, 1/2 a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. Every minute, every second. We fight for that inch. That's all it is.
Every inch, every minute, every second, we chip away at refining the climb, at building greatness. Our unwavering commitment to winning, evident in this breathtaking achievement. Introducing the new 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee. It is passion given a purpose. Every day, we chip away, because that's the only way to see the best of what we're made of.
Hi and good evening. I just want to say how much we really love that film at Chrysler. We call it Chip Away, and it really sums up the passion that we bring to work every day when we get to work on great products like this Jeep Grand Cherokee. So good evening. Thank you very much for being here with us. It's always a pleasure to speak to the SAE Detroit section, members and guests. I also want to acknowledge our supplier partners. They've already been acknowledged. I want to acknowledge them again. ZF, Bosch, Kautex, and Mako, who have graciously helped to sponsor this event. Thank you for making it possible for us to share information about our 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee EcoDiesel with everyone here tonight. You know, it was just over 2.5 years ago that we launched the then all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee. That vehicle, which was the first new vehicle from the combined Fiat Chrysler Group, was an instant success, and it went on to become the most awarded SUV ever. Jeep Grand Cherokee has been extremely successful here and abroad. Now later on, my colleague Jim Morrison will share sales numbers with you, but the bottom line from my perspective is we can't make Jeep Grand Cherokees fast enough to keep up with customer demand. And here we are again, only 3 years later, with a very significant update. Credit for getting us here this swiftly belongs to our product development, design, and efficiency initiatives. Also, a deep understanding of what our customers demand and expect from this vehicle, and to our manufacturing colleagues at the Jefferson North Assembly Plant, where the Jeep Grand Cherokee is built. Now, we'll get into the details in a few moments, but first, I'd like to provide you with a few important company and Jeep brand highlights. From a company perspective, you know that we recently announced a net profit of $1.7 billion. That's a more than 8-fold increase over the prior year. We also announced a modified operating profit of $2.9 billion for the 2012 calendar year, and you can see that other key financial metrics were also very strong. We did that with a great mix of new and freshened products that appeal to customers in every market segment. And now we're going to talk about a significant improvement that's going to attract even more customers. My colleagues are going to take you through the key areas of the new 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee, a vehicle that we believe will create yet another new generation of enthusiastic Jeep customers. But before we get to the details, please allow me to share with you for just a few minutes some of the steps and initiatives we undertook to make the product development and production processes more efficient. A key element for us is getting the right people and the right organizational structure in balance and working in harmony. Now, we conduct top-to-bottom organizational reviews every year to ensure that we have our teams staffed for success with the right mix of experience and leadership. We've blended the organization structures of Fiat and Chrysler, capturing the best ideas from each and creating a lean and efficient product development team. Now, this is an ongoing process, of course, and we continue to learn and grow from our experiences. But the emphasis is on everyone understanding their responsibilities and working together to eliminate redundancy and excess process steps. The bottom line is that we are all accountable for the success or failure of each program. Our second step was to establish a new Chrysler product creation process. We took the best ideas from our former processes and Fiat's proven processes, which they used in their historic turnaround in the years prior to the Fiat-Chrysler merger, and we blended them. With a focus on disciplined execution at every milestone, we've shaved off several months of time from concept approval to product launch. Now for the 2014 Grand Cherokee, this allowed us to go from style freeze to job one in just 20 months, which is one of the fastest programs ever at Chrysler Group. Now most of us in the room have been through the PD cycle many times, and in some cases at multiple companies. And we know that engineering and execution discipline at the early milestones are the best predictors of a successful launch. So to that end, we have established very strict guidelines and firm checkpoints early in the process to keep our teams and, quite frankly, our senior management on track. The third step is to ensure that our processes evolve to meet the changing technical and market conditions. Just one example is the explosion of onboard vehicle software, and that's an area that currently occupies a great deal of our attention. As I'm certain many of you may be aware, the average vehicle now has over 20 million lines of embedded software code. 20 million lines. That's more than double what it was just 5 years ago and 10 times higher than 15 years ago. With an initial error rate of that software of approximately 8 mistakes per 1,000 lines, that's an automotive norm, that translates into the need to find and fix thousands and thousands of software errors during the vehicle validation process. Clearly, we need to adapt our traditional PD processes to cope with this new level of validation. The processes of the last decade will not be sufficient for the vehicles of the next decade. So we've added a unique software development timeline and a dedicated software integration team leader throughout the development phase and launch. Our new product development and process efficiencies initiatives have also provided us with the opportunity to learn from our manufacturing colleagues. Fiat and Chrysler have implemented a world-class manufacturing system that focuses on the elimination of waste, improved quality, lean manufacturing principles, and employee leadership of key initiatives. In fact, the Jefferson North Assembly Plant, which is the home of the Jeep Grand Cherokee, was one of the first Chrysler plants to undergo the WCM, or World Class Manufacturing, transformation. The plant was completely rebuilt from the inside out by the employees, by the operators, and it's now one of the top performing plants in the industry. Capacity has been increased several times since the 2011 relaunch, and the plant is now running 120 hours per week on 3 crews, and it employs over 4,000 people. We're working to incorporate those world-class manufacturing principles and concepts into our engineering processes, significantly reducing waste and rework in the product development process. This will also improve our first-time through capability and will allow us to be even more efficient in the execution of product programs. But that's enough of the soft stuff. Let's get to the details of this great new product, the 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee EcoDiesel. To tell you more about it, I'm happy to introduce my friend and colleague Jim Morrison, the Director of Jeep Brand Product Marketing. Jim?